Alrighty, hello, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. You can finally see us. Dan, we're on camera.
You can't see me.
So this time, hopefully this video works. We're going to video record ourselves and throw us in the bottom right-hand corner now on these podcasts so you guys can actually see us when we talk. This is going to be the new Penguins Pointers. It's the 27th edition. Yeah, we're going to be looking at the screen to the left, so sorry, or you're right, whatever. That's okay. How that works. So I'm Anthony. He's Dan. He's a Hawks fan. I'm a Penguins fan, but he secretly likes the Penguins.
I love both.
All right, Dan. It's a new season. It's new expectations.
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
Yes,
Is it a great day for hockey, Dan?
Tomorrow, October 13th. I got the date right. I cannot wait for it, Anthony. It's finally back. Hockey with a vengeance.
And what are your expectations for the season, Dan? What do you think the Penguins are going to do?
I think this team has a very good chance of repeating, folks. That is right. I'm predicting that they have a very good chance. You know, it's pretty much the same exact team, minus a few, subtractions here and there and a couple of positions. But hey, Lovejoy. But the fact is, Bennett, he didn't do much. But the fact is, folks, this is our best opportunity in a long time, I think, to pretty much repeat. Minus Sid's health scare with his concussion, and we'll, of course, talk about that.
Yeah.
I just think on paper, I'm having very high expectations, as I should coming out of a cup. And if they don't win, you won the cup last year, so who cares?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I have similar expectations. I think they'll probably get into the playoffs again.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Barring any debacles with goaltending situations or 10,000 injuries like we've had a couple years before where it caused us to not have a good playoff run. So I'm expecting the same. I expect hopefully another Stanley Cup run here. But let's talk about that. Dan, are you concerned at all with Crosby getting hurt?
A little bit. But it's an encouraging sign here that we already saw him back on the ice. That is good news, folks. Sid is already back on the ice practicing. So hopefully maybe a month minimum. That's my prediction. And we'll see him back. Concussions can be weird things. I mean, I've seen them end careers in other sports that I've watched. It's just I've seen them just sideline guys for a couple of weeks. In Sid's case, he's been down and out, for almost a year plus the last time he had a concussion. It just depends. It depends on the severity of the concussion. Doctors, they know a lot more about concussions, but they don't quite have the key to understanding what and how to cure them. So it's just going to take time. Mm-hmm. And once Sid feels better, put him back in. Once he says, I'm ready to go, he's ready to go.
Right. And I agree with that. I think, they need to be careful with Sidney Crosby considering his his past regarding his concussions. They need to be careful with him, though, because he had a couple bad hits and they'd warned him before about a concussion again, that they can't just ignore this. So hopefully they take his time. It's the best time for an injury to happen at the beginning of the season.
Okay.
This isn't in the middle of March when we need him on the ice to play, so it's not going to be a rush timetable. There's plenty of time left. The season hasn't even started yet for the Penguins. So I'm not concerned about it. It'll be a little bit of a distraction in terms of media coverage. They'll be focusing on it instead of focusing on opening night. But regardless, I think opening night's going to be great. Dan, who do you think is your Penguin player to watch this season? What guy jumps out on the roster to you?
Man, so much good talent. A lot of good talent. I really want to see Ole Mata have a bounce-back year. I think he will because of the fact that he's got a good training in over summer. And I know we've harped on Ole in the past, but it's not really his fault. Think about it. The guy was injured. The guy had cancer. He hadn't really got his full training in over the past, I believe, 2 summers. So I think he's going to come in back and really be the defenseman that we know that he can be. Chris Letang's another one of the best defensemen, underrated in the league. He'll definitely be in tip-top form. And
he just needs to keep his temper in check.
The HBK line.
Exactly. They brought the sandwich back from Manny's.
Throw them on there. The whole line, because they gel so well. And that, to me, as Sid is out, that's your number one line.
Right. Well, here's the player I'm thinking to watch. Matt Murray. I want to see what he does.
Goaltending
it's not the controversy. It's more or less his individual performance. They're now giving him the option where he's going to get some starting roles. I want to see how he does regular season where the heat's not on. It's just a regular night in office.
Can you go through the grind?
Can you go through a 60-minute game that's just another game in the season and get that win? Not make it have to be flashy, not make it close, don't give up 6 goals. I want to see how he does in the regular season grind.
Right.
We've seen him in the playoffs. We know he does well in the playoffs.
Yes, he can.
I want to see what he can do in regular season. That's my guy to watch. Now, Dan, you can't pick the Hawks. We talked about this before we started. Who is your team to watch this season? Who do you think is going to come up out of the ranks, or who do you think is going to excel from last year's playoff that maybe ended a little too soon for that team?
That's a good question. Well, I wouldn't say, Tampa Bay is always a really good threat. We knocked them off, but that was a tough team to put down. They'll definitely be, I don't know, the East to me still looks flat. I mean, you got the Capitals, Tampa Bay, the Penguins, Rangers,
I think the Rangers have dropped off over the last couple of years.
Columbus is kind of bad. Philly, don't really care about them, but they could be in the mix. But it's just like the East is really mediocre. I mean, looking at the West, Dallas, they look to be really
The Sharks,
good.
I guarantee, will probably have a good run.
I'm trying to think who else. The Kings.
Kings have kind of tapered off a little bit.
They have. It's tough. It's just I'm trying to think.
The Wild made the playoffs. It was a little.
They kind of collapsed.
A little shaky in the playoffs,
season.
but if they would keep the way they had the first half of the season, they'd probably be better off. I think they just tapered off come crunch time for them.
Sure, I'm just trying to run teams through my mind.
St. Louis,
yes, they'll
St.
be a
Louis
factor.
will be a good run.
They're a good team.
Nashville's in the West, aren't they?
Nashville.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Canadians. They made that trade. They got Shea Weber, so they'll have to see how he fits.
Right.
With Subban going to Nashville.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting
I'll tell you, Dan, my team to watch, and it was probably because I picked them.
What about Buffalo?
Well, we'll get to Buffalo and Bilesman in a second, but the team I said to watch because I picked them to win the Cup last year, as much as people hate me, I picked the Capitals to win the Cup last year. And what I'm thinking is they're going to be the team to watch this year. They
make or break for them.
Yes.
They have
at this point in their career and how this team is set up with Holtby and Ovechkin playing at their top game. I think that's who it is. The Capitals are going to be expected to win the Cup this year, and if they don't, I think it's probably their last chance that they're going to get.
I agree.
Because players that are on that team after two seasons will get frustrated and leave and go somewhere else, like Marian Hossa did with the Penguins, and then we beat him when he went to Detroit.
And he went to another team and was pretty successful. Just saying.
But I'm saying seriously, though, watch out for the Capitals this year. They showed they can play well in the playoffs. The only reason they did not win the Cup last year is because they ran into a team that was just too hot.
They underestimated us.
I don't think it was underestimated. I think it was just nobody was going to beat them last year. They came in hot into the playoffs.
They're the president. They had all the pressure on them.
Yeah.
We were the underdogs. Less pressure. And I like us in that.
So, and I just think if they wouldn't have had to play the Penguins, or if they had played the, let's say, instead of a hot team, an average team for the Penguins,
Rangers,
they probably would have taken them down. And then after that, they probably could have went through Tampa, and they probably could have went through the West Coast. But they ran into the Penguins, and that's what kicked them out. So I'm thinking the Capitals are who they have to watch this year.
Definitely. They're always a factor.
All right. Well, Dan, I know you said you would think about it. How many wins do you think the Penguins are going to knock up this year?
How many do you think?
I'm honestly thinking they'll probably break 40.
Okay.
I think they'll probably. I don't think they'll get 50 or anywhere close to 50 like how the Capitals did last year.
They don't care about winning the president. Who cares?
No.
You didn't need it last year. I agree. In the mid 40s.
I would say probably mid to low 40s. They'll have their
second or third.
They're gonna have that stretch like they do every year
in
December and January, where everybody gets hurt at all once. It's happened the last couple of years. It always does. They rebound late in March. So I'm expecting probably at least 20 losses on top, a couple overtimes here and there. But that's what I'm thinking. So I think it'll be something like that. It's not going to be that season where, like the Capitals last year, they had, 50? Was it 60? Did they break 60 last year? They had 58. Something like that. They came very close. It was a really good record. So, but that's what I think on the team. Speaking of which, Banner Night's coming up, Dan. It's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night for us, today for when this gets put up. Yeah. So, sorry about confusing you on the day, but Washington comes into town, man. That's going to be hard.
Tonight, yes. It's going to be a long time coming. It's almost have been 4 months to the day of when we won the Cup on June 12th.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's hard to believe.
Can you believe we won on the same day how many years ago?
No,
who'd have thought that we would have had it?
Who would have thunk it?
Incredible. If I was a betting man, but no, I would have got it wrong anyway because they would have lost. Just like the the betting man. Oh, the Giants are going to win. Nope, lost 6-5.
Hey, you never know what can happen.
The Cubs aren't going to win a World Series. I'm just saying it right now.
Sure.
Anyway, Dan, tips to win.
We're going to enjoy it
for the game. Yeah, enjoy the moment. It's going to be great to see that banner. What?
Drink it in, man.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drink it in.
So yeah, enjoy the moment, and that's for anybody watching it tomorrow night. Anybody that's going to be at the game, any of the players, just enjoy the game, enjoy that moment to see the banner go up, and the crowd's going to be loud. Don't drink and drive, Dan.
Exactly.
But in terms of the game, the two we left underneath, they're going to be physical.
Hell yeah.
The Capitals, we know, are a hard-hitting team. The Penguins will have to bring it. Physicality-wise, don't get dirty, please. Game
Play
one
our
of the
game
season.
the way that we can.
Don't play to kill them. It's the beginning of the season.
It's fine.
And as always, they need to follow the motto that I said won them the Stanley Cup last year. Remember what I said mid-season? Shoot the puck.
Shoot it.
No shot on net is a bad shot on net.
Exactly.
Make the goaltender make a save. Even if
you might get an opportunity.
Even if it's a routine save and he throws it right in his glove and we freeze the puck, regardless, he's got to make the play. So, and I said it last year. I pulled the stat up saying the teams that finished in the top 10 in shots in the last 15 years have won the Cup that year. The Penguins were in that category. They were number 1 last year and they won the Cup. So, let's start off strong and get the shots on net, Dan.
Definitely.
What do you think about your boys? They're actually playing right now, so they'll have the results when this is up. But
Hawks and Blues tonight. Oh, that's great. 2 rivals facing each other back-to-back nights. I can't wait. Should be another good year for the Hawks. You know, they still got Taves, Kane, Anisimov, Panarin, Crawford. You know, Darling is the backup. So they still have their core of players. So I think it'll be another fun year, you know, to be a fan of both teams. You know, and I'd love, know what matchup I'd love to see in the finals. I've been saying it for years.
I've been agreeing with you.
It would be epic, folks.
Love
Taves and Kane versus Crosby and Malkin. Come on, what's better than that?
Right, that'd be a heck
Epic.
of a
And I'd win either way. So.
Well, we had a shot at it this year, but your guys,
they went out in a good way. I thought. Yeah, people were like, "Were you disappointed they went out?" No, they busted their ass and pushed it to 7. It was a great series,
and it's hard to.
They won the year before, so
right.
Again, I'm not disappointed. It's like if the Penguins go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, they have how many in 6 years, Dan? How many cups in 6 years?
3. Count them. 1, 2, 3.
So, but
hey,
no, when I saw that the Hawks got knocked out last year, I'm like, and I realized it is a very hard sport to repeat. It's not
hasn't been done since '98.
And what I found so surprising was, you remember back when we won the last Stanley Cup, we lost. No, we lost the year before to the same team, the Red Wings, who won the Cup that year, and then we meet them again the next year. I found it so interesting. I remember looking back at it now. How the heck did the same 2 teams make it to the finals twice?
That doesn't happen.
That's
in
just
a salary cap era. No.
Yeah, that was so unreal to see.
Sure.
Thankfully, they didn't lose twice. That would have been.
Woo. Yeah.
That would have been hard. Anyway, so our predictions, Dan. I said 4-2, and I'm honestly saying 4-2 because they'll probably get an empty netter at the end, just to rub it in Ovechkin's face that they're still better than them.
Stupid face.
Sorry if you're a Capitals fan. I apologize, but loyalties lie certain places. But anyway, I still hate Philadelphia, and you probably agree with me. Dan, you said 3-2.
3-2. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a good, like you said, physical, shot heavy. I can't wait.
Yeah, looking forward to it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm looking forward too. So that's it for us. For you guys, the game's probably gonna be starting shortly. For us, we have to wait a day. So we'll sort time out later, yes. I guess. But I want to thank you guys all for listening in. As always, like and subscribe to this channel. Dan, you want to give a plug to yours?
Remember, guys, you will find me on youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all my latest thoughts on WWE. I'm doing WWE 2K17 videos, so uploading them as the days come. So a lot of great content coming soon to my channel. So you guys know where to find me, and yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're going to enjoy Banner Night tomorrow night. Dan, don't drink and drive.
I won't.
Thanks for listening, guys. Take care.
Have a nice day.